Okay, so I want to talk to you about older music for a second.
Okay.
My mom used to introduce me to old movies when I was a kid, and they were old movies to her, so they were really old movies to me. And now I'm doing the same thing with my girls. On Amazon Prime right now, you can watch Guys and Dolls. I don't know if you're familiar with Guys and Dolls. Frank Sinatra and Marlon Brando, and it's a gambling theme. Great music. It's fantastic. I've got Elliot hooked on Guys and Dolls, and last night when we were dropping Finley off at practice, so it's just us, and she's asking me all these questions about Marlon Brando, and I'm like, he's dead, like long time dead. She's like, this is an old movie? I'm like, yeah, it's 2020 now. This was 1955. And she's like, I can't wrap my brain around that. He's so handsome. My little Elliot is in love with Marlon Brando from 1955.
You should show her The Godfather then.
Yeah, that's next. Yeah, absolutely. We'll go from Guys and Dolls to Godfather.
Oh, there's that good, you were talking about she's going to do some horseback riding or whatever, right?
Yeah.
There's that great scene with the horse's head inside the bed.
Oh, gosh.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Wouldn't that be fun?
Gather around, kids. Here we go. Godfather.
Oh, man. The Godfather. Yeah.
And then Godfather Part 2 is also good. I think Godfather 3 was actually a good movie, but in comparison to the first two,
No, not so good.
Not as much, but I still think it's a good flick. So
I just,
show her, if I understand, we're not going to be showing Elliot, third grade Elliot, The Godfather. But you could show her a photo of Marlon Brando.
Right.
The Godfather, and then see,
same guy.
He's not so handsome.
Nope. And you should see him now.
Yeah, pretty ugly and fat late on in life.
He did.
He's only been dead 5 years, 10 years?
I was thinking it was like 15.
He had a long career, Marlon Brando.
Yeah, and he didn't, 2004. 16 years.
Okay. Time flies.
But man, he was a handsome young man. And I would be like, Elliot, I get it. I watched Nick at Night. I was in love with Ricky Nelson, only to find out that he died in a plane crash. All coked up, so.
Yeah, people still put up photos of Marilyn Monroe, right?
Right.
And you should see what she looks like these days.
God love her.
Rotting skeleton. That's what I was trying to. Anyway.
Yes. Just like Marlon Brando. I just think it's funny I'm having to talk to my 8-year-old about, Marlon Brando, he's so dreamy.
That's pretty funny.
I mean, we have talked about Shawn Mendes before, so I'm like, okay, Shawn Mendes is a little bit closer in your age than Marlon Brando. Even, like when he filmed this, not just in general, just when he filmed this. So I thought she'd go for old Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra, but it's really skinny Frank Sinatra, so I get it. She went for the square jaw Brando.
Everyone's got their different taste,
Right? But she is singing all the Guys and Dolls songs, and I love it.
How are you watching that? Did you buy this movie?
No, it's on Amazon Prime right now.
Oh, okay. That's hilarious.
Yep.
You guys like your musicals, right? Big into Hamilton also,
we do.
Right? And what else? Any other musicals?
Singing in the Rain, Music Man.
Okay.
I tried to get him into Oklahoma because I loved Oklahoma, but then when I rewatched Oklahoma with him, I'm like, this is kind of boring. I'm just going to keep to the music. But we listened to the Broadway channel for a long time, like when the quarantine first started and we were home and we were looking for something different. We listened to the Broadway channel a lot to hear music, and so they started listening to music before they even knew about or had seen the shows. So, but Music Man's a good one. They like that one.
No Jesus Christ Superstar?
No, I haven't done that.
Too blasphemous for the old Catholics?
I don't think so, because I think a bunch of the high school, I think our high school did that in high school. Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other shows that.
Cats. You guys started. I'm just naming off Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals now.
No, and we didn't watch the new Cats. Did you watch the new Cats?
No, but it's on HBO Max for me to hate watch, I guess.
To hate watch?
I hear it's really bad.
I hear it's really bad too. That's why it was
Right.
going to surprise me if you were like, yeah, I saw it.
I've seen that musical in person before. I saw it at like the music hall or something.
Really?
Yeah, I used to be into musicals a decent bit. Yeah.
Nice.
In fact, I've got sheet music for Jesus Christ Superstar. Yeah, I've got that too.
I'm trying to think of other songs in there because just when you say that, just the title song comes blaring in my brain.
Jesus Christ Superstar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the other songs?
There's like, what's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me. No. What
No.
about? Well, there's. Try not to get worried. Try not to turn on to things that upset you. Ooh, everything's all right. Yes, everything's fine. No?
No, but that made me think of what's the Jets and the Sharks? West Side Story. That's another one I love.
You don't reckon? Okay.
No, I've never seen Jesus Christ Superstar.
I don't know how to love him. I think that one actually was.
Okay. Is that the Mary Magdalene song?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. So I am familiar with that one. Yeah, I've never seen the show, but I was familiar with some of the songs like Jesus Christ Superstar.
Right,
Yeah.
sure. That's a hilarious movie, by the way. I mean, not hilarious, but so funny. All the plot points. No, the one from like the 70s or whenever it was filmed.
Right.
It just everyone looks fantastic in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not the plot that's hilarious. Like it's not a comedy.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Now, some of the plot points are pretty heavy, actually, in Jesus Christ Superstar, believe it or not.
Well, yeah.
So,
I believe it.
but,
I believe it. I believe you.
what about Damn Yankees? You guys catch them? I'm trying to think of older musicals now since you're talking about watching Guys and Dolls. And
No.
Oklahoma.
Holiday Inn was a big one that I loved every year at Christmas. Holiday Inn that came out before White Christmas, and Holiday Inn is where White Christmas came from. And they're like, whoa, this is fantastic. We need a movie based on this song. So White Christmas came after Holiday Inn. And all the Bing Crosby and Bob Hope movies, loved those. The Road to.
Well, now I'm confused. I thought you said they wrote the musical around that song.
Holiday Inn had White Christmas in it. It debuted in Holiday Inn.
Okay.
And when they figured out this is a really great song, we need to do more with it, make more money, they wrote a movie, White Christmas, with the song White Christmas.
I see. Okay.
The song White Christmas didn't come from the movie White Christmas. The song came from Holiday Inn first, then went to White Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope my brain hurting right now is understandable.
Sorry. Yes.
No, don't apologize. I'm probably under-caffeinated or something.
Get your tea going. I loved all the Bob Hope and Bing Crosby movies, though. The Road to Morocco. And so those weren't always musical as much as they were like slapstick. And Bob Hope, I love Bob Hope.
You might be on almost on the verge of being able to just cancel all your cable and your streaming services and just watch films that are in the public domain, Kate. Just watch those movies for free.
Right.
Just search the old internet for public domain movies, and then you can watch those.
There you go.
Hey, kids, all we're watching are black and white films now.
It'll be great.
God, do I have anything interesting? See, Kate, once again, like we go back to you were talking about, me and the kids and the shopping for house, like the house stuff. That's boring. People can't relate. Meanwhile, I've got nothing going on, nothing relatable for the listener.
Yeah, you need to get your stuff together so you've got some show prep.
Right. I did have to do a quick soak the other day for beans, Kate.
A quick soak for your beans.
And as I was doing it, I was like, this is a waste of time. Because it takes all
the quick soak is the waste?
Well, yeah, because if you had the presence of mind to know the night before, I need to have beans tomorrow. And I knew I wanted beans the next day, but it was too early to start the soak when I thought about it. But I think you can soak them for a pretty long time, not be concerned. But then I spaced on it. And then as I was driving into work, I was like, oh, no, the beans. And I realized I was going to be out of beans when I got home. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll do the quick soak. And then, so there I go. I show up at home. Rinse the beans, throw the beans into the thing, bring the beans to a boil for 5 minutes, and then take them off the boil and let them sit there for an hour, and then boil them again for another hour or whatever. Or not boil the full hour, but you know what I mean, simmer for a full hour, and then be ready for that extra 15 minutes on the front end. just is a waste of time. When if you just have the presence of mind to know the night before, just straight out of the tap, water right over those beans, soak those beans that way, then you save yourself that additional 15-minute step of having to do an initial boiling step. Okay. Oh man, it was just brutal.
I mean, is it the same as wasting your time of making a big pot of chili just to throw it out the next day?
It's not as bad as that, I guess, but
wasting time and resources.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I still had the beans turned out great, by the way. They turned out fantastic. Pretty good beans, but
the chili smelled really good. Cold. As I put it in the trash bag.
How long you can leave chili in a crock pot, cooking for a very long time, right? Any temptation, just go ahead and just fire that crock pot up and just let it run for 24 hours, or is that way too much?
I would feel weird about letting it go that long. I mean, because I'm not going to be home for 24 hours, so am I leaving the crock pot on all that time?
Sure. People do that all the time.
Yeah. But here's the thing that I was so proud of myself, because I was getting ready to throw it all in the crock pot, and I go, oh, I forgot. I got crock pot liners. So I threw a crock pot liner. So it made it very, very easy to tie up the bag.
Throw the whole thing in the trash.
And I put it in a grocery bag. And then I double bagged the grocery bag. And then I walked it out to the trash this morning when I took the dog out. But I was so happy with myself that I remembered a crock pot liner in the same second that I was so mad at myself for forgetting the chili. So.
And what are you going to do?
And here's the other thing, Matt. I'm doing this intermittent fasting thing. Oh. I wasn't in the kitchen late, rummaging through, ooh, what's something sweet we can eat? Yeah. So I really wasn't in the kitchen after I cleaned it, after getting dinner done and getting Finley out the door. And then we came back from basketball practice and I made her a quick snack. I cleaned the kitchen, shut it down, and then I wasn't in the kitchen anymore. So I blame the diet. That's what we'll do.
Okay. That does suck. I do feel for you.
Yeah. So.
But why did you have to leave it out at all in the first place?
I was just going to let it cool down before I put it in the.
Right.
Just a little cool down, not piping hot before I put it in the fridge.
Right. Well, in fact, that's another. This gives us another opportunity to talk food safety, Kate. If you throw a hot dish into Tupperware and then throw it into the fridge, you can actually end up keeping that food in the danger zone for a very long time because you didn't let the heat escape.
Oh, good to know. I did not.
Yeah, so it's not just a matter of heating up the refrigerator, but if you kind of want your gallon of spaghetti or whatever to cool down outside of the fridge before you put it in and seal it up into a Tupperware, because that meat sauce might go bad on you.
It might.
In the what they call the danger zone, because the fridge can't cool it down enough. Yeah.
I also don't like it when the condensation gets on the lid. Uh-huh. So I'll let it chill, or I'll let it, cool off before I put it away with the lid on, askew, not all the way.
Okay. Yeah,
and then I'll take the lid, shake the water out, and then I'll seal it back up before I put it back in the fridge, or before I put it in the fridge as a leftover.
Condensation bothers you because you feel like you're just adding water on top of your food.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why? Or
yeah, I'm afraid it's going to make it too soupy, and I don't want soupy. Or it might harm the flavor profile, Matt. No, just bothers me.
I'm glad that you said that in the appropriate voice.
Right? I thought so.
The flavor profile.
The flavor profile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, she said she's had a headache for days.
Huh.
And she's just wiped out all the time.
Headache. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
God, that's the worst is getting sick like that, where it's just why have I lost all of my powers?
Right. I still haven't gotten my flu shot yet. I keep saying we need to go do it this weekend. So Finley and I are going to get our flu shots this weekend.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah. Elliot, and the only reason Elliot has hers is because we were at the doctor's office. And the doc was like, have you done it yet? I'm like, no. She's like, can we do it? I'm like, do it. And it was, of course, the day that Elliot's not worried about shots as much as Finley. She doesn't have that anxiety. But she was like, no shots today, right? I'm like, no pokies. And then when they asked about the flu shot, I'm like, hey, remember when I told you about no pokies? I lied. You're getting a flu shot today. You're going to be fine. We'll get Sonic afterwards.
I was going to say, we'll get ice cream or something like that. What'd you get?
Exactly. I think we did Sonic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's not a lot of Sonics. We were very spoiled. We lived really close to a Sonic, and now you have to drive for a Sonic. And so Sonics are kind of it used to be an all the time thing, and now it's a special occasion.
So you got to drive out of your way a bit. Yeah.
Yes. But there's going to be a Sonic not too far from our house. It's just not on the way, if that makes sense.
Are they on roller skates at your Sonic?
I have not seen any roller skating car hops in the last 6 months.
Okay, I was going to say the only place I've ever experienced the roller skating car hop, and I used to go to Sonic all the time when I worked in Lawrence. It's right in the parking lot at that radio station. And in Junction City, basically, is where I saw. It's like, oh, look at that. On roller skates. Exciting. Yeah,
Great Bend had several roller skating car hops.
Pretty exciting.
Very.
I figured it's like in these economically turbulent times, you really want to be carrying the insurance to cover people that are on roller skates delivering food.
Right?
You know?
I do have the Sonic app, though, Matt, because when you order through the Sonic app, every hour is happy hour.
Oh, okay.
You know that?
Great.
Yeah.
Can you filter by store based on roller skating car hops? Probably not.
That is not one of the options. See. You just pick Sonic's close to me, and
oh man, see, here we are giving first off free advertising to Sonic, and second
off,
making
me thirsty.
I'm giving free ideas away again. Come on, Kate, what are we doing?
I mean, you got to write these things down, Matt. Write these things down.
Well, the biggest thing is I need to not say them out loud first, and then write them down instead.
It just comes flying out of your mouth.
All these ideas that I've had, I tell you what.
All these ideas.
Oh, it's just how giving I am, I guess, Kate, right? I'm going to give back to the world with great ideas.
Perpetual giver. Right. That's what we say about you when you're not around.
Right. Because all these key decision makers for these corporations listen to Matt and Kate.
You know that Matt Stukes. He's such a giver.
Yeah.
I think somehow you should like put that in your handle. Of either on Snapchat or one of your gaming handles. You could be like the giver Stukes.
I don't know.
Stukes the giver. No? I mean, if you do online dating, you definitely have to put that in there.
Oh.
I'm a giver. Just throwing that out there.
A friend of mine sent me a message the other day. He's big into video games too. And he's like, have you retired from video game streaming? And I was like, yeah, it doesn't seem very promising, does it? Yeah, because it's been a good 2-3 weeks since I've video streamed, Kate.
Yeah. What's up? Your followers miss you.
I tell you, it is a lot easier to play a video game and not have to worry about entertaining an audience that might be watching. Did you know that?
What do they want from me now?
I think you're supposed to, you're supposed to be there like commentating or whatever instead of just like staring dumbly at the screen. I think that's what people tune in to watch. Unless, once again, you're watching someone who is next level at video games. Someone that is, pardon the pun,
that you can learn from.
Someone that you're like, oh, I want to watch this, see if this person breaks the record for the fastest Super Mario Brothers time. If you're watching someone that is an elite gamer, that's one thing, but there's no way that will ever be me. No.
No, you're not going to be the elite gamer.
No, well, in fact, it's very much like sports, where your reaction time, just like with sports, does get worse over time. So you're not going to be as good at some of what they actually call Twitch gaming. That's where the name Twitch comes from. Did you know that?
No kidding. No, I did not know that.
So Twitch gaming, where you got to make really quick button presses and maneuvers and things like that. So,
okay.
Past my prime for that, Kate. Past my prime.
Past your prime.
But right in my prime of talking stupidly. And so...
Does that ever go away, though?
So if I could... yeah, that does improve with time. Yeah. So one's ability to speak very dumbly can actually get much better as time goes by.
Is it like an age, or is it like a day? Like, Tuesday, January 15th. Like, guess what, guys? I'm not a dum-dum anymore. I'm not going to talk like a dum-dum. No?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's always a depend on the day of the week kind of thing to it, sure.
Okay.
Especially as you age, if you have a bad night of sleep, it could affect you a lot more, too.
Absolutely. Hey, Matt, we've talked about not doing Thanksgiving with our families, and Thanksgiving is going to look a little different. And I'd be willing to bet that Christmas is going to look different also.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But I want you to know, Jose Cuervo has you covered.
Okay.
You and I have talked that you do like a little tequila.
Yeah, tequila's
so I'm
good.
throwing this out there. Jose Cuervo is having a contest that will let winners send a life-size cardboard doppelganger of Matt Stukes to your family and friends. So you can go to CuervoDoppelDrinker.com, upload a full body photo, and you can have your favorite Cuervo drink in hand and tell them who you want your doppelganger to spend the holidays with. And if you win, Jose Cuervo will send your doppelganger to your chosen destination. So I can't be with you, Mom and Dad, but guess what? My Cuervo doppelganger is going to be at the table just like I would be.
Holding an alcoholic beverage in hand.
Right? Just like Thanksgiving. I mean, it's not the holidays without Jose Cuervo, right?
Well,
No,
I assume we're running
not
out
my
of time.
holidays, but-
Clearly you wouldn't have this in time for Thanksgiving, but is it something that you can actually get done before? Is this a
I think
contest?
So. It's a contest, yeah. CuervoDoppelDrinker.com. I like these contests, Matt, because when we have contests at the radio station, you and I can't win these things. But this is something that we could win. So I think I'm going to have to look into the CuervoDoppelDrinker.com.
It's much easier just to search for that, by the way, instead of putting the .com on the end, because doppelganger is kind of hard to spell.
Well, just helping out.
Oh, and then there's a quiz right off the bat. Enter your birth date.
I think, and I'm trying to think, I've got a really, my youngest brother, Patrick, I think he would appreciate this the most. Hey, Patrick, here I am, ready to hang out with you for Christmas, but not really, just a cardboard cutout of me. Cheers.
Enter now. Clicking through this thing. Make sure your entire body is in frame and well lit. Avoid logos or visible branding. Grab a drink and pose like this guy. Or not. Just keep your arms close or they'll get clipped. Please include your height and ensure the photo is taken high res. 3 megabyte is recommended. Otherwise, photo may be pixelated. Then upload photo. I don't see might not be available, or I don't see an expiration date, or what's it called? A deadline.
Deadline and expiration date.
Official rules. Okay, timing. It ends December 17th. Okay. So yeah, you got some time.
Yeah. So, especially if you have someone on your maybe like naughty list, that'd be kind of funny to send them that. Like, I didn't get you a drink, or I didn't get you a drink. I didn't get you a gift. I got you a full body cardboard cutout of myself. Cheers.
Yeah, and it shows this guy. He's holding the glass in his hand. I wonder if you have to wear clothes or not. That might go good with the Cuervo, just a nude shot.
Strategically placed bottle of Cuervo or shot glasses. Cheers.
Shot glasses. I guess depending on,
Exactly. Thank you.
the size of your shot glass.
They're mugs. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I could go for tequila. That sounds good. Oh, it's just too easy to go too far with hard alcohol.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But I could never do rum and cokes or vodka. I went through a little vodka phase, but it was summer and it was like really refreshing. But I don't reach for the hard alcohol. I don't know. But I'm like you, like if I do like tequila, like, those margaritas will rack up, and I'm not a tequila shooter type of girl.
Yeah, any kind of, hard alcohol in general. It's just one of the biggest problems, is even if you're not taking shots, is once again, you can just, your pour you can get kind of a heavy bottle there, right? That you empty into the...
There it is.
Make it a 50-50 deal there. Yeah, depending on how you can stomach your tequila or not. And I can stomach quite a bit, so
There it goes.
Hard alcohol is always a dangerous deal.
Down the hatch. Is it too early to talk about New Year's resolutions?
Oh, it's never too early. In fact, I think people should make their New Year's resolutions go into effect in like May or something, like almost every year, not just during these economically turbulent times, because it's difficult to develop new habits when it's bitterly cold. You know,
right?
Like, oh, I want to eat well now. It's like during the coldest months of the year. Come on,
right? When you just want comfort food,
right?
Casserole.
So you're thinking?
I just saw that people are already talking about 2021, which based on 2020, it seems like there could be a whole laundry list of resolutions, but the most popular one is getting more sleep. And that 2020 has been the worst year for sleep. Half of the people that took the survey said they can't remember the last time they got a good night's sleep. And more than half said they plan to make sleep a top priority in 2021. And I'm coming off of 4 consistent nights of not consecutive sleep. So I'm like, yeah, I'm down. Let's start now.
4 consistent nights of not consecutive sleep? I don't know if I understand.
Yeah, like waking up a lot, being up
gotcha.
out of my bed, taking care of kids, going back to bed,
right?
Getting up, going to the bathroom. Yeah.
Tell you what, if
4 nights in a row.
Given the time, I can sleep quite a bit. I'm really good at sleeping on the weekends.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, I slept that weekend away. Okay, whatever.
All right.
Well, yeah, seriously, more and more as the years have gone by, wintertime, I'm just like, fine, you're going to hibernate. That's fine. You can be pretty pointless on the weekends during the wintertime. It's not like there's too much fun in the sun to be had,
Right.
So,
right. Especially with fewer social engagements. So.
In general or in these economically turbulent times? What do you mean?
Economically turbulent times.
Okay.
And I would say in general, like, yes, we're getting to crunch time where there's always holiday parties, but it seems like there's, I don't know, is there less stuff going on than in summer?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, people aren't grilling out. And
I don't know, aren't most people predisposed to take vacations in the summertime too?
True.
And then more sunshine, I think, is helpful.
That is, if I could sleep under the sun, like in a nice warm blanket, but actually sleep, that would be a great, like a cat in the windowsill, sleeping in the sun. But at the same time, I want it to be really dark so that I fall asleep. Not the sun in my eyes.
Is your house going to have a windowsill that you'll be able to curl up in feline-like, Kate?
No.
No?
My Finley's room has it's not a window seat. It's like a thicker window ledge that I could make a window seat if I wanted to.
And then she'd be like, what are you doing in here?
Can you not nap in my room, please?
Right.
Thanks. Well, she'll be at school. She won't know.
What about Rockney?
Oh, at our old house, we used to have a front door with the side windows, and he was always in the sunshine in the side windows. And so I think he definitely misses that. He told me. No, the sun just doesn't come into the apartment like it does in the house. And so at the new house, there's going to be windows by the front door. There's going to be windows in the living room. So in the dining room. So hopefully he'll get some good sunshiny spots.
Rockney is Kate's dog, for anyone who's unfamiliar.
He's my black lab that is a spoiled, rotten pup. And I think he's got sundowner syndrome, Matt.
What's that mean?
He's an old man. Okay. And he does fine during the day. Like, he sleeps most of the day. We can leave him at home. We'll go on a walk when I get off work. He gets lots of outside time. I even take him to a parking lot that's near us, and I take him off the leash so he can, not be attached to the leash. But we'll get home, and it's right about the time when I can put my butt on the couch and kind of relax a little bit. We've gotten dinner taken care of. We've gotten homework taken care of. We're ready for tomorrow. It's like right when I can put my shoulders down a little bit, he is in my face and really kind of whiny. He's not in anybody else's face. He doesn't need anything. He's got food. He's got water. He's been walked. He doesn't have to go OUT. He just is needy for about 45 minutes in my face. And it's not like he wants anything. He just is needy. And it's only at night. And it's only to me.
Sundowner's syndrome is what you called it? Is that right?
Yeah. You know when elderly people do really great during the day, but they have a hard time at night?
I did not know that was a thing, no. They get like lonely or something?
They get lonely or they get confused.
No, I hadn't heard this.
Like they don't know, should they be doing something? Yeah, I think a lot of times it's not always linked to Alzheimer's. It's and I think when I could be talking out my rear end, but when
thanks for the disclaimer.
That is a disclaimer, but I have always encountered it when they are new to a new living situation, like when they go from living at home to going to a facility. They kind of get confused at night. Like the day is great. Everything's social. They're seeing people. They're doing stuff. But then at night, it's like, wait a second. I want to go home. And it's like, no, this is your home. So, yeah, it's called Sundowner Syndrome.
Okay. Well, look at that. We learn and grow so much each and every day on KJ 105.5, and sometimes it's depressing.
God. I know. I'm sorry. But that makes me depressed about my dog.
Life isn't all sunshines and butterflies. Sometimes it's sunshines and butterflies.
Butterfly.
Right.
But my dog is really a grumpy old man. And so I feel guilty that I don't think my dog has many years left on this planet. And he is my dog. And so I should be more patient and I should be more like, what do you need? And instead of like, stop whining at me. What do you need? But, I mean, he gets a scrambled egg every morning. He's good.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
What?
Yeah, the scrambled egg goes directly in with the rest of the dog food. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, the dog doesn't like over easy. I figured the dog might like over easy.
I don't give him the option.
Get that yolk spilled over the rest of the food.
Right.
Do you not want to clean up the bowl? Is that why?
I'm doing microwave eggs, so they're not over easy.
Oh, the old microwave egg. I gotcha.
Yeah, it's all scrambled.
I dig it.
It's all scrambled. Right. But you can't give it to him piping hot, so he gets cold eggs. So he still eats it.
How do you throw them in the freezer quickly, or you just wait for them to cool down, or what?
I usually wait. Okay. So when I'm making the girls their eggs, he's kind of like, all right, where's mine? I'm like, you got to wait, dude. So I usually give him his right before we walk out the door for school.
How sweet.
Yeah. Or whenever. He's got to wait a little bit.